Let's take a look at some of the common and not so common rotate features in Illustrator. The first rotate feature you may have been introduced to works in concert with the bounding box that appears around a selected shape. The bounding box has 8 handles, and when you position the mouse cursor near one, you get a curved double arrow icon. This indicates that you can rotate the object in either direction by clicking and dragging. If you select all of the shapes, there is a single bounding box that lets you rotate all of the shapes at once. Illustrator features a rotate command that can achieve the same results, but it also has a few options unique to it. In order to use it, as with most functionality in Illustrator, you first need to select some artwork. Next, go to the Object menu item, then click Transform and choose Rotate. A mini panel with several options appears. It's best to enable the preview option, if not already enabled, to view changes to the selected artwork as you work with the panel settings. With that enabled, you can see the badge has rotated 20 degrees, which corresponds to the value in the angle field. You can enter values anywhere from 0 to 360. These values can also be negative. Simply put a minus sign in front of the value you want. You can also click and drag the degree dial to affect rotation of the selected artwork. Where the rotate command comes in really handy is in creating copies of selected objects. You can create some distinctive artwork from simply replicating a single shape. The shape here is a simple line object with the fill set to no color. I'll select the shape and bring up the Rotate Commands panel. I'll keep the angle value as is and hit the Copy button. A rotated copy of the original shape appears. Without bringing up the Rotate panel again, I can make another copy by going to Object, Transform, Transform again. I want to make a number of copies, and going back to the menu each time would be tedious. That's where the shortcut key for Transform again comes in really handy. Note it appears to the right of the command name. With my copies still selected, I can make multiple copies by holding down the Command key while repeatedly tapping the D key. If you have a shape with a pattern fill in it, the Rotate command can let you either rotate the pattern within the shape or leave it static while the shapes themselves rotate. The setting that controls this is Transform Patterns. When checked, the patterns rotate with the shape as shown. When unchecked, the pattern remains in its original orientation while only the shapes rotate. Consequently, if I want just the patterns to rotate, I can uncheck Transform Objects. The shapes remain unrotated, but you can see the patterns have rotated to the angle value. These two options are also available from the Transform panel's option menu. Lastly, let's look at the Rotate tool in the toolbar. It has a shortcut key of R. It allows for rotating selected artwork around an axis you define. To demonstrate, I'm going to add some rays to this sun. I've already got one ray created. I'll add a twist effect to the ray so we have curvy rays rather than spiky ones. I'll use the twist command accessed from the Effect menu. From here, I'll choose Distort and Transform, then Twist. I'll enable preview and see if this twist angle value works. I'm happy with this, so I'll click OK and start rotating. I want to rotate this around the center point of the circle, and I can find the center by hovering near the middle until I see a center label appear. If you don't see a label like this, turn on Smart Guides by going to View, Smart Guides. Next, I hold down the Option key and click once to bring up the Rotate tool's options. You may need to press the Alt key on your keyboard if you don't see the Option key. Toggling the Preview option will show where the original and copy of the ray will appear. This angle will work. Rather than click OK, I'll choose Copy instead. As shown earlier, I can repeat this transformation by holding down the Command key while repeatedly tapping the D key. Looks like there are a few gaps here and there between the rays and the circle, so I'll simply make the circle larger. And that concludes our look at rotational features in Illustrator. As with other tools, this will save you a lot of time and effort.